Brian didn't move farther into the apartment. He stayed where he was, near the counter, the pizza box still between them, like a quiet reminder of why he was there at all. He glanced once toward the door, then back at Julia, as if orienting himself not to the space, but to the time he had left in it. "Before I get started, Julia," he said evenly, "I need to say something. The pizzeria closes in about 20 minutes. It'll take me at least 15 to get across town with favorable traffic, so please, give me the opportunity to speak." The request wasn't confrontational, it was logistical, honest. Julia nodded gently, immediately. "Of course." Brian took a breath. Not a dramatic one, just enough to steady himself. "I've known Vinny since I was a little kid," he began. "My mum used to bring me into the shop after school. He'd give me a slice, tell me to stay out of trouble. I started working there for real when I was 16, been there on and off ever since." He gave a small, almost apologetic smile. "I couldn't afford college. Never really wanted to go, if I'm being honest. I like working with my hands. I like knowing where I'm supposed to be and when. Vinny gave me that. The shop gave me that." Julia listened without interrupting, her posture still, attentive. "When I saw the ad for a driver position at a law firm," Brian continued, "I almost scrolled past it. Prestigious law firm, professional environment, all that. Didn't feel like it was meant for someone like me. But I put a resume together anyway. Nothing fancy. Sent it through Indeed." He shook his head slightly, as if remembering the feeling. "When they called me in for an interview, I was excited in a way I hadn't been in a long time. Like maybe something was changing." He looked at Julia now, not searching her face, just acknowledging her presence. "And when Sarah called me the next day and said, 'Brian, we'd like to offer you the position if you can start tomorrow. We need to fill it immediately.'" He paused, letting the words sit. "I said yes. Of course I said yes." Julia felt something tighten behind her ribs. "My first day's itinerary seemed simple enough," Brian went on. "Bring Mr. Dawson to the airport at 10 for his afternoon flight. On the way back, swing by Linda's bakery to pick up cakes and pastries for the lounge conference room. Some important meeting, I guess." A faint smile crossed his face. "And then, my third and final assignment, wait for Julia for an afternoon client meeting. Round trip." He exhaled. "I remember asking Sarah, 'Who's Julia?'" Julia's lips parted slightly, surprised by the question even now. She said, "She's a partner at the firm on the 5th floor. Her photo's on the wall by the elevator. Take a look so you know who she is when she comes down. Be courteous, be polite, be ready to do as she asks." He chuckled quietly. She finished by saying, "You know, your default setting. Sarah's a really special person." Julia nodded once. She knew that already. "So I went and looked at your photo," Brian said, "and that was the first time in a very long time that I got nervous." Julia frowned slightly. "Why would you say that?" Brian didn't hesitate. "Because you're absolutely stunning in that photo," he said plainly. "And you're even more beautiful in person, both then and now." Julia felt heat rise to her face, immediate and undeniable. She opened her mouth, but he continued before she could respond. "I was afraid I wouldn't be smart enough," he said. "I was afraid I wouldn't be fast enough. But more than anything, I was afraid I wouldn't be good enough." He lifted a hand slightly, as if to clarify. "And I don't mean good enough for you specifically. I mean for what you represent." "And who's that?" Julia asked softly. Brian met her eyes. "An elite class of people," he said, "who make all the money, who control all the opportunities, who make all the decisions, who hold all the power." His voice didn't carry bitterness, just certainty. "I know who I am as a person," he continued, "and I'm proud of that person. But this was the first time I was going to find out if that person was good enough to work, even in the most subordinate role, with someone like you. The silence that followed was heavy, unhurried. Julia felt it stretch, not awkwardly, but deliberately, like something unfinished had been placed carefully between them. Brian stood there, having said more in a few minutes than he ever had to Vinny, the man he considered family, more than he had to anyone. He didn't rush to fill the space. Julia finally tried to speak. "And you found out," she said quietly. "I found out I was not," Brian replied, cutting in gently but firmly. Julia's breath caught. "Not what?" "Not good enough," he said. She searched his face, trying to reconcile the words with the man standing in front of her. "And I don't mean that literally," Brian added, "not in terms of the things I thought mattered growing up. Hard work, intelligence, kindness." He shook his head once. "When I say not good enough, I mean I don't have what it takes to say the words you said to me last week. I don't have it in me to conjure up a plan like this one, offering someone their job back after they quit, as restitution." His voice didn't rise, it didn't accuse, it simply stated. "And I keep asking myself," he continued, quieter now, "why couldn't you have just said you were sorry instead?"